Hi, Jenny King here, licensed acupuncturist, aromatherapist, and Aroma Point Therapist. And in this video, I want to show you how to dilute essential oils for the purpose of Aroma Point Therapy. And if you have been following me at all or are taking one of my classes, then you know that Aroma Point Therapy is the marriage of essential oils, diluted essential oils on a single acupoint to create alchemy in the body to transform the mental emotional body. And so we are going to today I'm going to show you the supplies that you just need to have. There's just a few simple supplies to really get started with your Aroma Point Therapy, and I'm going to dilute some oils for show so that you can know how to do it. And I feel like the biggest barrier for most people is they don't know how to dilute their oils. And you can buy them pre-made, and there are two companies you can buy them pre-made are Snow Lotus and Monera essential oils. And both of those companies work with essential oils for Aroma Point Therapy. It's kind of where Aroma Point Therapy came from. So they do have lines of oils. But if you can make them yourself, how great is that? And you really only need, it's just like there's a little hump to get over to get your supplies. And then once you have your supplies, you can dilute any oil. So let's go over our basic supplies. And I have my jojoba oil, and I have my big pump bottle, and then I have a smaller bottle. And this is the bottle I actually use when I'm diluting because I like it. It has the a little dropper that I can easily drop into a bottle. Now I use jojoba oil because it doesn't go rancid. It's shelf stable. So if you use things like a grapeseed or an almond oil or even an olive oil or one of those seed oils, they tend to go rancid fairly quickly. And if you combine them with your essential oil, then you'll lose your essential oil pretty quickly once they go rancid. Jojoba is pretty shelf stable. The other one you could use is a fractionated coconut oil. And the fractionated coconut oil is liquid at room temperature. Whereas if it's not fractionated, you would be like your coconut oil that you use for cooking, where it gets solid. So you'd want to use a fractionated coconut oil. I like the jojoba. I feel like it's not greasy, but it has enough fat in it that it allows the oil to penetrate the skin and go into the body in a really nice way. And so get yourself some jojoba. This is from the jojoba company, and I really like them. They have organic and non-organic. They have stuff for kids and stuff like that. So it's a wonderful oil. And then this came from Mountain Rose Herbs, and they also have a nice line of really clean, good essential oils, and then they have this jojoba oil as well as other carrier oils. So the jojoba is considered our carrier oil. And then we have our essential oils, and the three that I picked today are yarrow, green mandarin, which is a citrus, so yarrow is a flower, green mandarin is a citrus, and sandalwood. So I have a wood oil, and we'll have a different dilution for each of these. The other things I have are paper towels, because inevitably it's going to get messy. And I also have, I brought out 5 ml bottles because that's typically the size bottle that I use when I am making dilutions. And just because I feel like I can always make more, and it's just nice to have a small bottle. And then I can have, in my big bottle, I might use it for a different type of aromatherapy. And I haven't used it all in the smaller bottle for Aroma Point Therapy. So I use 5 ml bottles, and they have the cap, and then this is called the orifice reducer, which you'll see at the end. Well, actually, I'll show you right here. This is the orifice reducer, that part. And I bought these wholesale from SKS Packaging, but you can find just small 5 ml bottles for essential oils on Amazon. If you want it, you can just Google that and find it, and it's super easy. And you want to just make sure they have orifice reducers on them, because when you use them, you want to drop it out on your finger and not allow it to drop one drop at a time to use it. I also have these pipettes for measuring out and taking my oil from the bottle, from the essential oil bottle into my bottle that I'm diluting in. So I have one for each of these. And then I have, these are nice, it's a little tool that I can use to take the orifice reducer off the bottle, the essential oil bottle, as I'm using it, because a lot of times you can do it with like a knife or your fingers, but it's just easier to have these little tools. And oftentimes they come with, if you buy labels or something, or bottles, sometimes they'll come in with that. Okay, what else? Oh, the other thing I have are labels. And it's important to label your oils once you're done with them. I have a bunch of different types of labels here, but you can buy stuff like this that already have the names on them and put that on the top, but you'd also want something that you can put on the actual bottle. These are just a variety of sizes. My favorite are, where are they? The oval labels are nice to put on there. And I usually use like a Sharpie. Here's a smaller one, maybe from the 5 ml bottles. So I'll usually use a Sharpie to write on when I'm done, to write on the label and put it on the bottle. Let's get started and actually dilute some oils. And like I said, I'm going to do 3 different dilutions, and I'm going to start with yarrow. And yarrow is a flower, and it's a precious oil. And it's also blue, which you will see here in a minute. And it's very herby smelling. And so I'm going to take my orifice remover and pull it off. I think I need a bigger slot for that. So there's a couple different slots here. I was using the wrong one. So oftentimes what I'll do is I'll get a plate, because I can't tell you how many times I've spilled the oils all over everything. So I'll get a plate so it's not on my table or on my floor. And once I pop the lid off, like I just did, I take the lid and I set it down inside the black lid. And that way I'm containing the oil. I'm teaching you how to do this in a less messy way and help you learn from my mistakes. So then I take my pipette. And for blue oils and precious oils, I want a 15% dilution. Typically I see online 100 drops per 5 milliliter bottles. I have not found that to be true in my experience. And I follow Jade Schutz, who's one of my teachers, my Aroma Point Therapy teachers. And she said she uses 30 drops per milliliter. So in a 5 ml bottle, that'd be 150 drops. If we want a 15% dilution, I did the math before we started, a 15% dilution on a 5 ml bottle, so 15% of 150 drops is 22.5 drops. I just multiplied it by 15%, right? So 22.5, I'd probably use 23. Here's the other thing with Aroma Point Therapy. It's not rocket science. If you get an extra drop more, or an extra drop less, or even 2 drops more, you'll be fine. You'll really be fine. Don't stress about it too much. We just want to get the oils in the bottle so we can get the oils on your body. Got it? So 22.3 drops, which we're going to round up to 23. So here we go. And I don't know if you can see this, but look how blue that oil is. Crazy, cuckoo banana blue. So I'm going to take my 5 ml bottle and count out 23 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's my 23 drops. It's in my bottle. There's my 15%. Give it a little smell. It's because it's an oil and it smells good. And then I'm going to take this. This is my jojoba. Also on its own plate. So this bottle is actually leaking a little bit. So this is saving my floor. And I'm going to take this and drop it. And I'm not even going to count here, honestly. When you fill up a bottle, you fill it up to like the bottom edge of the curve. You don't fill it all the way to the top. So that's where like really the 5 mils ends. I'm just going to fill up to the bottom edge of that curve. And again, because it's not rocket science, if I were measuring out maybe to make a formula, you know, maybe a product for somebody, it'd be a little bit more exact. But for Aroma Point Therapy, I'm not worrying about it too much. Or if I'm making a product, you know, to sell to somebody, I would be more exact about it. But if I'm doing it for myself, nope. Not worrying about it too much. We just want you to get the oils in the bottle so the oils can go in the body. And because I have this plate here. It's preventing me from my wild oiling, my wild jojoba oiling to go everywhere. So keeping me honest. All right, so here we go. So at the bottom, I've got my 15% of the yarrow. I'm going to put the lid on. So once I tighten these lids down, it actually sets it down in there. Give it a little shake. Give yourself a little shake. Easily amused. And then take this off. I have my 15% dilution of yarrow. And usually when you first start using it, look, it's even still blue there. You could probably even take this down to a 10% because it is so blue, right? So you would just take your, for a 5 ml bottle, you would take your 150 and multiply it by 10% and get your number. So then I can use the yarrow. I like yarrow's a nice one, right behind the ears. It's great to calm the mind when you put it behind the ears. Kind of drops you into that void space. So, all right, enough of that because you'll lose me and I won't be able to come back. All right, so there's my yarrow. And what I would do next, I don't have my marker, so I didn't bring that out, but I would write yarrow on one of these sheets, peel it off, and stick it on my bottle. So there's our yarrow. There's one. When I'm done, I will take this out, pop the lid back on the orifice reducer back in the bottle, pop the lid back on the bottle, and as you can see, I like to label the top of my bottles. Just a lot of times you'll be looking down on them and you'll wonder what it is, and I can easily identify my oils that way. Okay, so there's our yarrow, and that was at our 15%. So we put 23 drops of oil in, and then we just fill the rest of the bottle with our jojoba oil. Next, we're going to move into a citrus oil. So citrus oils, I like to put them at a 25% dilution in the bottle. So 25% of 5 milliliters or 150 drops is, I did the math on this, 38 drops. Oh, see, and I just popped that one right off. I didn't even use the tool, although I do love the tool. All right, so I take my lid and I set it down on my plate and I put my orifice reducer in the lid so it's not, I don't lose it or mix it up with a different one, because if you're doing a couple different oils at once, then sometimes it's easy to mix them up. Here's my next 5 ml bottle. And I'm just going to take this, and you can kind of see it's almost like this one is almost like a Coca-Cola color or a brown or kind of an orangey brown. So 38 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're gonna look at that and see if that seems about right, and it does seem about right because I'm filling up 25% of the bottle. And you can eyeball this too if you really wanted to just take it, and it has an orifice reducer, and you can just pour it in until it seems like you're to 25%. That's fine too. Again, not rocket science. But for the purpose of demystifying it and creating some safety and bumpers for you to relax into diluting your oils, I gave you the number of drops. And then again, I'm just filling this up to the bottom edge. I'm making a little bit of a mess. The bottom edge of the curve of the bottle. Green mandarin, such a lovely oil. All right, so I have my lid with the orifice reducer in it. I'm gonna pop this on here. I'm actually gonna wipe the bottle off real quick. So here's where the paper towels come in handy. And I'll often rest my pipette in the bottle while I'm working, just so I'm not setting it down and creating more of a mess. lid on, give it a good shake. My 25% green mandarin or whatever citrus oil that I'm using, or whatever other oil I like to use at 25%. I like using the spice oils at 25%. So like the cardamoms, the pimento berries. I might use ginger at a 25%. I might use ginger also at a 15%, depending on, it's one of the hotter oils and can be caustic on the skin. So I might go to 15 to 25%, depending on where I'm putting it or how strong my ginger oil is. But the spice oils, cardamom, pimento berry, coriander seed, nutmeg, stuff like that, I would use at a 25%, as well as the citrus oils at a 25%. Okay, there's our 25%. See, now look. I'm not labeled them. I could be in trouble later. But I will probably take them and label them right when I get off this video. And I can go find my marker. So here we go. There's my other one. Pop the lid back on my green mandarin. Done. Yarrow, green mandarin. The last one I'm gonna do is sandalwood. So tree oils, I like to do it at 50% for the Aroma Point Therapy style. So tree oils would be like cypress, black spruce, my brain is dropping out on me. Cypress, black spruce, sandalwood, cedarwood, any of the tree oils really. Those are the main ones that we tend to use in Aroma Point Therapy. The 4 main ones that I tend to use. Oh, let's do sandalwood. Of course, I picked the most expensive one to use at a 50%, but that's okay. I did want to have sandalwood diluted, so here we go, sandalwood. And this sandalwood, two of these are from Enfleurage. It's a nice company out of New York City. Yeah, the yarrow and the sandalwood are from Enfleurage. This green mandarin is from Aromatics International. So this, hopefully I have enough in here. This is a 2 ml bottle, actually, of this oil. I am actually going to grab a different oil because I realize I don't have enough. Goodness gracious, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Ta-da! Black spruce. So I'm going to put my sandalwood back. Click, click. And we're going to use black spruce. And I just grabbed this out of the fridge. I keep my citrus and my tree oils in the fridge because they are high monoterpenes and they will oxidize fairly quickly. So that's kind of a fun fact for you to help you take care of your oils. Oh, I have my 5 ml bottle. Remember, we have 150 milliliters for a 5 ml bottle. And at 50% of 150 drops is 75 drops. So here we go. Black spruce, so good. Okay, 50% black spruce, 75 drops. Putting my jojoba on top. To the bottom edge of that curve. Oops, I went a little over. Actually, but again, not rocket science, so I'm not too worried about it. Give it a good shake. Smells good. And then I put my lid on. And there we have it. And I wipe it off. And I have my 3 oils. Yarrow at 25%. I have, yarrow at 15%, which I probably would have taken down to a 10, 15. I have my green mandarin at 25%, and now my black spruce at 50%. All right, and this one didn't actually have an orifice reducer in it when I bought it. This is from Eden Botanicals, also another really nice company for oils. I don't have an affiliation with anybody. I know that there's a lot of doTERRA reps out there who, that you can buy through them. I don't have an affiliation. I do have a list of the companies I like to use, but in general, again, Snow Lotus and Monera are the 2 that you can buy. Quite a few of these oils already diluted for the use of Aroma Point Therapy. Aromatics International, Eden Botanicals, Enfleurage out of New York City, Phoebe Organics or something like that is in Southwest. They have some interesting oils. I'm trying to think if there's any that I've left out. Original Swiss Organics is also a really nice company out of California. And all of those you can use. They have good practices and you can use them and be assured of good quality oils. And then that is pretty much it as far as diluting your oils down. And I hope this has really helped you feel a little bit more confident in your skills and your ability to do this, so that this is not a barrier for you. Diluting the oils is not a barrier for you to use Aroma Point Therapy. And in conclusion, I'm going to give you again the things that you will need if you want to just the basic stock items you need to dilute your oils to make it easy. So I have my jojoba oil. This is the jojoba company. And then I have my bottle with the dropper. If you can get one of these, that's great. You don't even have to have like a company. You can just buy a bottle, like a bigger bottle with a dropper on it from Amazon if you want. I have my 5 ml bottles, and you can either do like SKS packaging and get a big box of them, or you can get some off of Amazon. These pipettes came from Amazon. I've ordered them in bulk. And then you have your labels. So you can either have like the pre-done labels, or you can do, just get the round labels for the top. I have actually, these are blue ones, but I don't know if you can see, but you can just get the plain 1/2 inch round labels for the top of your bottles. And then here are some oval labels for the front. And then you write the name. What I would do would write the name in a Sharpie of what you did, the percentage, and then the date that you bottled it, so that you know what you have. And then what else? That's it. I would have plates and paper towels to keep cleanup good and easy and save your spaces so that you don't have oil everywhere. And then the other thing I would do would be to open a window while you're diluting oils, because they can get kind of strong and you can get heady and just feel a little lightheaded. It's a little bit of like an aroma high. Now I would open a window before you get started and then start to dilute your oils. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. You can find me. My email is redbirdha@gmail.com, redbirdha@gmail.com. Or you can just reach out to me through the school platform. Okay, thank you so much. From my heart to yours.